Sunderland 0, Manchester United 0. I'm just watching the highlights from the match, and very, very, very little came from Manchester United today. Arguably the worst performance under Michael Carrick since he assumed control in January. Expected goals, I'm actually surprised. I'm looking at some of these stats here from this encounter. Of course, 0-0 being the most important stat of all. 1.56 is the expected goals for Sunderland and 0.98 for Manchester United. That feels very generous, by the way. It felt very different, with the exception of the last 5 minutes. We were not at the races. I don't think this does Carrick too many favours in terms of the long-term prospects of getting the job, but maybe I'm wrong. I think there's just a paucity of options, and therefore he might well get it. But if we analyse the Manchester United performances under Carrick, as I said in a tweet a little while ago, hoping that we might get the result today, and it might well be immaterial in terms of the season, because I do think that we'll probably end up finishing third, which of course is incredible. But look at some of these stats, by the way, damning. Ahmad completed just 1 out of 3 take-ons and failed to create a single chance in 75 minutes. Having a rough spell of form is Ahmad. I'm not giving up on him just yet, of course, but rough spell of form. Mbuma, when he came on, also not great. These are all via Statman Dave. Do check out his account. Now, according to him, Sene Lam has prevented 2.05 goals versus Sunderland, making 4-5 from inside the box. And that's probably a more significant and fairer reflection on the pattern of play. And don't forget, that's not including the fact that Sunderland hit the post and squandered so many other opportunities. Really, we were lucky to get 0 today. Bruno Fernandes, of course, not getting an assist because we drew 0-0, and unlucky in that respect, at least, because he did create some good chances. It would seem, at least, no one created more on the pitch. Listen, let's just get into the lineups. This is going to be a very quick review, but in my opinion, as I say, it didn't really was a terrible, terrible performance, and can be put alongside Brentford at home, when Brentford had a far higher expected goals, had more possession, had more twice as many touches in the opposition box as well. Also, we think about Chelsea away. We were terrible, dug out a good result. Fulham at home. There's been quite a few where we won and played really badly. Anyway, it is what it is. We got the draw. Good news, of course, is that the result for Liverpool was a draw, so we're now 6 points clear. We'd have to lose both of our remaining games, and they'd have to win both of theirs to for them to overtake us in the table. They do have a significant goal difference advantage over us. So if they were to win both of those and we weren't, I wanted to get the win today to just put everything to bed and play some of our other alternative, our younger players, in the final couple of games. But that's not going to happen because, I mean, there were some auditions today. Mazraoui. There are possible auditions for Mazraoui, Martinez, Mason Mount, Amad Diallo, and Joshua Zirkzee. Now, some of you might be going, I don't want to sell Licha Martinez, not in a million years, and nor do I personally. But some people do think that his minutes on the pitch doesn't deserve staying at Old Trafford. I think he does, but that's a debate for a separate day. Who else did I have in there? Ahmad as well. Of course, it's a sticky spell for him in terms of form. I think he lacks belief. I think he's such a confidence player. I wish he would run at players more and realize just how good he is. Sometimes I don't think he's quite got the pace to run away from them, but that's a debate for another day. I'm definitely going to pursue with him, but more focus on Mazraoui, Mount, and in particular, Joshua Zirkzee. Joshua Zirkzee today was terrible. And with a guy with such size and height, he really has got to be doing better in terms of putting himself about. The stat I also saw today from Statman Dave, dueling today, 1 from 3 ground duels and 3 out of 8 aerial duels. Just not good enough. For me, if we get a decent offer for the Dutchman in the summer, he has to go. He is not good enough for Manchester United, simply. Someone here, Sam, people saying Mount will never be the answer. Mount, I think there has got to be some question marks. I am someone who would pursue with him, but I know many wouldn't. But for me, yeah, I would pursue with him. I think there is a good player in there. He's certainly a good squad player, but he's on a huge salary and probably hasn't even justified it. Not even close to justifying that transfer fee that we paid for him. What was it, 70 odd million? Ridiculous for what has ultimately been a Chelsea reject. But personally, I would pursue with him, but I'm sure many would disagree. If we got a decent offer for him, sure, that might be different. And I tell you what, no Casemiro today. We want to take a step forward in the summer. Well, let me tell you, we're taking a step back with the Brazilian's departure. Okay, listen, that's me done. Was going to be a quick touch upon. Terrible performance. The result, I guess, is okay. One final look at the league table to maybe cheer us up in terms of that 90 minutes to forget from Manchester United. At least we can cling on to the fact that we should now finish in the top 3. Aston Villa, of course, do have a game in hand, so they could narrow the gap to 4 points. But basically, with Villa's goal difference as well being not great, they'd have to win all 3 games just about and hope that we drop points left, right, and centre in our final 2 games. Maybe it's time for 1 or 2 youngsters in those final 2 games. Maybe someone like Lacey in particular can get some minutes. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. But in the meantime, thanks for joining. And yeah, don't forget to hit the like button and, of course, subscribe if you're new.